With the Lamb being declared worthy to open the scroll, the heavenly intervention for God's holy people takes place, as the Lamb now peels each seal from that scroll. And the first 4 seals brings about the appearance of what we know as the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse. And each of these represents an element of how God's intervention will bring about a social upheaval for those who are persecuting God's holy people. To begin with, the first seal is peeled, and the first horseman rides forth on a white horse, carrying a bow and wearing a crown, and he is sent forth to conquer. This is reminiscent of the Parthian Empire, who for many decades, even before the birth of Christ, was a menacing empire on the eastern frontier of the Roman Empire. And now, the author of Revelation is, at least through these symbols, indicating that God will bring about, through conquest, an upheaval for those who are persecuting the church. And the conqueror will bring about war. The second seal that is peeled brings forth the rider of the red horse, who carries a sword. And the book of Revelation says he was given authority to rob the earth of peace. So we have the second horse symbolizing war, which in all cases is a social upheaval. The third seal is peeled, and a black horse comes forward in which the rider carries scales for measuring the worth of money and other things of value. And the values that are put forth by the rider or by the one who declares him to come forth indicates a kind of inflation in which the value of money diminishes and the price of such things as food increases. This means that this black horse represents famine and an economic upheaval as a result of war. Finally, the fourth seal is peeled, and a horse comes forth that is sickly green. And the rider is specifically named. The rider is Death. And the book of Revelation says the netherworld, the realm of death, was in his train. And so what we see with the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse is the social collapse that God's intervention will bring forth as he intercedes for his people against those who persecute the church. And they represent war, famine, and ultimately pestilence and death, brought about by the enemies of the Roman Empire. And so these first 4 of the 7 seals represent, in God's intervention, a social collapse. And we will eventually see that contrasted with a cosmic collapse brought forth by the remaining seals of the scroll and the subsequent blowing of the 7 trumpets.